Alright, today I kind of want to talk about the video, more specifically a comment that I got on the video that I made last week. That video was called, hold on, what was it called? Why is gaming culture so toxic in 2026? A casual's perspective. And to be fair, yes, that title might be a little bit controversial, but this comment that I kind of want to shine light on basically proved my point. And before we start, I will read out that comment, and I probably basically am calling that person out, but I would urge you not to go to that comment, not to go to my defense, and more importantly, don't prove that person's or don't give that person the energy by kind of attacking that person or negatively commenting on that person. I am actually pretty glad that he or she posted a comment because, yeah, in my humble opinion, he or she proved my point. In that video, I basically said that in so many very passionate communities, be it gaming, watches, knives, sports, or whatever it might be, where people are very passionate, especially in the comment section on the internet. Not necessarily when you're face to face, because most people are very respectful. But in the comment section, people are very fast to judge, comment, and more importantly, comment in a negative way without considering the other person's perspective and respecting the other person's opinion. They want to be heard, they want to voice their own opinion, but they don't respect the other person's opinion or actually consider that there are multiple perspectives that could be correct. And more importantly, they comment in a very disrespectful and unfriendly, unpolite way. And again, when we would be face to face, I'm pretty certain that no one would talk that way and would be a little bit more polite. But on the internet, it's very common to just blurt out whatever you think without considering how you might phrase it and how it might be perceived. So I'm going to read out that comment. And again, please don't harass that person. And I think it's good that this person commented because I feel like this person basically proved my point. So the comment is, and I try to read it as neutral as possible. No one cares. The industry has appealed to, in air quotes, casuals forever. Get good, and it's not even spelled correctly, get good or get off. I answered, aren't you a ray of sunshine? Thanks for sharing your valuable feedback. And that person commented, I'd rather be right than a ray of sunshine. Thanks for your valuable reply. And I replied, right or wrong has usually nothing to do with how you communicated. The way you worded your first comment, which wasn't very valuable or constructive either, didn't deserve a valuable response. So, yes, this is written. So it is, I also give that person the benefit of the doubt. And we, based on how it is written, obviously cannot kind of judge how the person is saying it. But I think in the way he or she worded it, it was rather aggressive and sarcastic. So maybe let's read it let me read it out how I read it. No one cares. The industry has appealed to casuals forever. Get good or get off. And then his or her next response, I'd rather be right than a ray of sunshine. Thanks for your valuable reply. So in a sarcastic tone, right? So that's how I kind of perceived it. And again, this is something where I feel like no matter if the person is right or wrong, this could have been phrased in a, let's say, more polite, maybe. No, you don't need to be always polite, but I think you can be respectful and you can kind of word it constructively. Maybe let's say something, I think or I believe the industry has appealed to casuals forever. That's why I think no one really cares. Maybe you should just get better instead of just being a casual gamer. I think that would have been a better phrasing and would have communicated the same thing, but in a constructive way. This was basically an attack. Then kind of commenting, oh, I'd rather be right than a ray of sunshine, implies that you have commented something factual. And just saying, the industry has appealed to casuals forever. Where's your proof of point? Where are the statistics? And seeing, and this is just from my perspective, and I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong, but seeing games like I forgot the name, Dark Souls, that pure is not a casuals game, or other big games, Skyrim, and maybe those aren't good examples, but as far as I can tell, those are like the games for really good gamers. And as far as I can tell, again, I'm not claiming I'm right here, but seeing those numbers, how successful that game is, I feel like it is a 50-50 thing. So casual gamers and, in air quotes, real gamers have always been kind of advertised to. So saying something along the lines of, hold on, let me just... The industry has appealed to casuals forever. I mean, you can read it multiple ways, seeing like, okay, I'm sick and tired that the industry appeals to casual gamers. So better get good or get off because this is only for real gamers, implies to me that he or she thinks that it's terrible that the gaming industry is appealing or targeting casual gamers, while I'm thinking it targets both sides. And I think that's a good thing. Why should you gatekeep something? This gaming should be fun. Why are you suddenly gatekeeping this to only good gamers? I think that's such a stupid argument. And again, I don't see you or that person putting anything factual to kind of support that you are right. And I think that is something also that I mentioned in the video. This wanting to comment from a point of superiority, and this clearly indicates someone who feels superior, at least over casual gamers, but also towards me, who says, oh, I'm right. I have the facts. But you didn't present the facts. You just said, get good or get off, and I'm claiming, just like flat earthers say, oh, the earth is flat. Yeah, but where's your factual point? You just say you're right, but you don't put any like scientific support, proof on that. And this is the same thing. You are claiming something, but you don't present any facts, statistics. You just say, oh, I'm right. That's why I can be rude, and that's why I can be disrespectful. So you better get off, because I'm here gatekeeping you, because you're a casual gamer, and I'm the superior gamer. I think that is such a stupid argument. And more importantly, even if that person is right, why? Why do you think it is the right way to communicate it in that way? And again, why are you gatekeeping? Why are you trying to say gaming is just for all of you superior gamers? It would be stupid if, and let's, again, I don't have the facts, but let's be real here. If the gaming industry wouldn't target casual gamers and kind of widen their audience, less games would be bought, less money goes into the production companies of these games, development studios, less money could be put into creating games. Is that actually something you want? Do you want companies have less money and therefore not make any games anymore or go broke? I mean, in this economy, I see left and right companies closing down. Why wouldn't they appeal to casual gamers so that you can get a game that you maybe enjoy? And why wouldn't other people enjoy it as well? It's so stupid to say get good or get off. It's stupid. If there would be less gamers, you would have less customers for those brands and less money coming in, and games wouldn't be able to be made. Yes, I'm not saying that appealing to casuals with loot boxing and these pay-to-win strategies, that's not good. I'm not arguing that. I'm not saying I like hamburgers, therefore I don't like hot dogs. I'm not saying that. But you gatekeeping, and I'm just arguing, why do we need to be this toxic in this community? And you basically, or this person basically proving my point by being that toxic, by gatekeeping, is stupid. Why do we need to do that? Imagine you being at home, cooking a nice meal, and someone you don't even know bursts into your home, tastes what you made, and just says, "Oh, this is disgusting. You should be a better chef. Or if you don't get better, get out. Don't cook anymore." That's stupid. That's really stupid. And it's basically the same thing. You burst into my video. I'm not attacking you personally, and you are attacking me via a very non-constructive comment. Again, you don't need to be polite. I just ask for respect, and I ask for constructive feedback and criticism. That wasn't constructive in any way. And then coming back to me and saying, "Oh, you replied with a very non-valuable comment." You did it first. You didn't bring anything valuable to the table. And then you want me to bring something, to respond valuably. And that's what I'm saying. Everyone wants to voice their opinion, but doesn't respect the other one's opinion or perspective. And we all don't need to agree. We just need to respect each other and at least consider the other person's perspective and try to see it. We don't have to agree. If you just see, okay, I'm a casual gamer, I don't agree with that, these are my points, so now we can agree to disagree. But going in guns blazing and saying you're stupid, basically, no one cares, and this is supposedly a fact, therefore I'm saying get out of here, is stupid. It's not a good presentation of your argument, and more importantly, also you did some spell mistakes in there, but I'm not holding this against you. Maybe your English is also, just like mine, the second language. I'm not questioning that, and I'm not criticizing that. I make mistakes as well. But I think if you go in there guns and blazing and attack someone, at least have good arguments. All right, so that was my video about that, and I find it so funny that someone actually proved my point, in my humble opinion. Let me know what are your opinions about this, and again, don't harass that person. I shone a light on that comment, but I don't want anyone to attack. I think that person dismantled him or herself already. And yeah, maybe check out my video from yesterday up here about Hogwarts Legacy from a casual gamer's perspective. YouTube thinks that you like the video down here. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button up here. That way we see each other in the next video. Thank you very much.